There are several driving forces in the market that are demanding a move toward Unix and toward open systems. The primary mover, I think, has been the U.S. government through programs like GOSSIP and its funding of Sematech. What you're seeing are demands for POSIX interface, for OSI compatibility. When you look at a group like Sematech, they're pushing for those same types of standards. So if you want to serve the aerospace and defense industries, over the long term, you've got to move in a Unix direction. And the firms that fall in there are clear, you know, Boeing, Northrop, Grumman, McDonnell Douglas, et cetera. On the commercial side, you see the larger users that have made significant investments in factory automation, like General Motors, also demanding this kind of open systems compliance. GM has a C4 program in which it is defining standards that the corporation has to meet in all purchases of technology, and Unix is part of that standard. Beyond these shores, you have significant demand for Unix in Europe, where the SIM-OSA committee is specifying Unix as a standard for all solutions. And the larger users in Europe are much more standards-oriented even than US-based commercial users. And likewise, the Japanese, for commercial reasons, are supporting all these standards efforts. So in the three major sectors of computing, you've got a significant and growing demand for this technology and for standards compliance.
Digital has been making a number of investments recently to help provide Unix solutions to our manufacturing customers. These investments have been in response to a clear customer demand for Unix solutions in manufacturing. The evidence of this demand has been seen in a number of consortiums, such as Sematech in the United States, such as the CALS program of the Department of Defense, such as the Nippon Telephone and Telegraph multi-vendor integration architecture in Japan. This has also been seen in corporate initiatives, such as the General Motors C4 program.
The marketplace has moved to a point of readiness, and our objectives here today is to say, Digital, we're ready to be there with you. And quite honestly, we're also doing some competitive response here. We've got situations where HP, Sun, even IBM today are creating doubts. We wanted to clarify clearly to our customers, to our salespeople, that the solutions are there and that we can compete effectively in this market.
Customers have seen how Unix has been successful in their engineering departments. Engineering obviously being a key part of any manufacturing enterprise. They have seen benefits of price performance, they've seen the benefits of portability, and I think they can take advantage of those on the manufacturing side.
Digital is a leading manufacturer in the United States, and we're using this RISC-Ultrix technology in our own manufacturing operations. Two specific examples I could cite to you are one, which is a concurrent engineering example within our new product operations in Maynard, Massachusetts. Here we have a number of systems in engineering design, as well as manufacturing engineering and rapid prototyping, which run on RISC-Ultrix systems, as well as our VAX VMS systems, and these systems are all networked and integrated together using the Network Application Support environment for manufacturing. Within our Albuquerque, New Mexico manufacturing plant, where in fact we actually manufacture our RISC-Ultrix systems, we employ RISC-Ultrix systems to manage the flow of information on the shop floor, as well as online and offline quality control analyses.
I think the impact for today's product announcement shows Digital's commitment to the manufacturing marketplace. It shows that we are investing not only in a corporate digital Ultrix commitment, but also specifically products that are required for the manufacturing market, such as BaseStar, DEC Omni, and DEC OSAP.
What Digital's Unix strategy is to deliver a standards-compliant, complete Unix environment, and we've been doing that since about 1984 when we first shipped Ultrix, Digital's Unix implementation. Of late, what we've been doing is moving to the OSF1 kernel, OSF1 being the Unix offering of the Open Software Foundation. We have engineering very far along in that process, and we've entered into a new kind of initiative that actually enhances that strategy even more without changing it. And that is the ACE initiative. And what the ACE initiative allows us to do is to standardize on the OSF1 kernel as our Unix offering, along with 20 or 30 other vendors, standardize on the MIPS hardware platform, something we already ship today, and allow customers to get the benefit of shrink-wrap software across 20 or 30 major vendors.
Digital strategy for Ultrix or Unix with real-time is to, first, we've already program announced support of POSIX 10.03.4, which is the IEEE real-time standard for POSIX. It's currently in draft form. We are currently developing to that draft form, and we will make it the standard when the standard's available. As far as our initial announcement of Ultrix OSF1, there will be real-time features in that version, and Digital is providing a commitment to openness and to standards with the real-time products through the NAS environment for manufacturing.
NAS is important because as we move out into the 90s, the real job companies have is integrating their applications across a network of systems. And that's not just Unix, that's not just VMS. It also includes Macintosh machines, it also includes DOS machines, probably also includes machines such as Sun or Hewlett-Packard, and that's where NAS comes in. It has the primitives needed to do distributed computing, and it has the application programming interfaces to allow applications to run not only on Unix, not only on VMS, but to integrate across the network with each other and work cooperatively on the same problem together. And that really is what is needed in a manufacturing environment. You need automation across the whole plant, not just islands of automation. That's what NAS does.
We recognize that manufacturers operate in a multi-vendor computing environment, and investment protection for those people is how do I, in this whole concept of continuous improvement, take those installed solutions which are working today and add to them the next generation of technology and information solutions that I may need to improve my production, my quality, my capabilities in manufacturing. And again, through our commitment to open system standards, we can allow them to have that happen better than anybody else in the marketplace.
First of all, from our perspective, in the development of software, you're making it easier and to develop and implement application systems. Translate that into dollars. It's cheaper for us to develop and maintain application software and to update new releases and to implement integrated applications in a factory. Real stuff delivered to real customers. From the customer standpoint, I think their benefit is going to be a little bit more subtle. The most important impact on the customer is going to be that they don't have to go through this excruciating decision process about how or whether we can connect all this stuff together.
The CSOs that we have here today play an important role in our strategy for delivering to the Unix marketplace because they provide the diversity of functionality we need, the diversity of industry presence we need. They can help us satisfy specific needs for the industry.
I think the importance of what DEC is announcing today is not so much that it's Unix-based, although that's important. It's that there are viable solutions that are part of this announcement. More importantly, unlike some of the competition, you're not legitimizing certain third parties by making them part of this. You're bringing legitimate third parties and solutions into the deal. So what makes this Unix announcement important is that companies like GE Fanuc, US Data, SimCorp, GenSim, all established third parties are providing applications to run in this environment. It's a direct bullseye on the user's need because if it's a VMS install-based user, for example, that's committed to GE Fanuc controls, now they can migrate to a Unix strategy using those same suppliers. And to most users, standard not only means what's open and what does the industry call a standard, but what I already have installed and how do I grow beyond it. You want to stay with those proven companies.
From GE Fanuc's point of view, we had a product based on VMS for several years now, and our customers have been demanding more open systems. And Unix was our choice to provide a more open system approach. GE Fanuc, and through our simplicity development, has taken advantage of many of the foundations of NAS, X Windows, Motif, MMS, Baystar, and that allows us to install our applications in a very broad base of customer environments. We're starting to see some excitement in the manufacturing arena for Unix-based products. I think simplicity under a Unix platform is going to become a very big seller.
We have a process manufacturing package that currently is Unix-based and also runs under VMS, and we've recently announced it running under Ultrix. Digital has experienced quite a lot of success running process manufacturing under VMS, and by them endorsing Unix, the combination of Digital and Datalogix going in and selling in the open systems arena is, we think, a winning combination.
Customers essentially make their choice for platforms, but we found that a lot of our customers have already have bought DEC equipment, and they're using it very heavily in the manufacturing environment. Gensum is selling G2 into close to 30 different industries today. So we have we're building a wide base of customers in a variety of industries around the world. And again, like I said, a good percentage of those customers are using digital Unix machines, and we're finding the software working on digital equipment is a real nice combination for a lot of our customers who have high-end, real-time development needs. We have one customer in France, Lafarge, who is the second largest cement producer in the world, and they're using digital Unix platforms along with our real-time expert system G2 to monitor and control kiln operations, the processing of cement, in 25 of their 60 plants around the world.
At this point in time, our status is one of having the most comprehensive set of solutions for manufacturing running in the Unix environment today, which is probably going to surprise a lot of people because we've had HP and others out there saying about how they've got the answer to Unix in manufacturing. But when you look at the comprehensive set of solution that Digital has, theirs pales by comparison.
We have leadership products with Fuse and our Cohesion environment that's currently only on VMS but is moving to Unix. That is a very solid software development environment. In the area of distributed computing, we're adding the Open Software Foundation's distributed computing environment. This has been endorsed virtually by everybody in the industry. It's the framework that will allow for distributed applications. With Ultrix, we offer a database, full-function relational database for free, Ultrix SQL. We have a broad array of system management tools and a user environment based on Motif, and even some applications such as PowerFrame, which allows you to very easily track a development process in your software labs. That, by the way, not only runs on our platform, it runs on a Sun, it runs on a Hewlett-Packard. This is the kind of thing we're going to do with all our softwares, make it available on multiple platforms.
The plant floor user, as I said, about 30% of that base wants Unix-based solutions. Now, if you look at a company like IBM, they do support a version of Unix AIX, but for the most part, it's targeted at the engineering environment. They're really pushing their own approach, DAE, OS2-based solutions for plant floor users. So, to date, they've left those users in the lurch if Unix is what they want. And they've got to move that way, but they haven't yet, and they haven't made that announcement. When you look at Hewlett-Packard, they've been the most aggressive about touting Unix-based solutions. Nonetheless, they don't have the quality software partners in place.
Our number one competitor is Digital's number one competitor, and that's IBM. And there is a complementary software organization that runs on IBM that we have repeatedly beat and have never lost when given a fair shake. 24 of the last 26 times we beat them, and 95% of the times it was with Digital that we won. And we won based upon the strength of Digital's networking, Digital's strength in manufacturing expertise, what they are bringing to the table with superior hardware, and even through their EIS organization, which we have used quite a bit. We also won because of the strength of our product, the robustness of the functionality specific for the process industry.
So you can see that Digital is seriously committed to being successful and to helping you be successful with Unix in the manufacturing marketplace. On the other hand, this doesn't mean we're abandoning the VAX VMS solutions that have helped us and helped you become leaders in the manufacturing market in the past. Through our commitment to Unix in manufacturing, We're expanding this leadership to also include RISC Ultrix systems. With the NAS environment for manufacturing, digital is going to provide you with the open advantage that will give you a competitive edge in the global marketplaces of the 1990s and beyond.